Hey, it's David, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Lionel Mid-Atlantic Limited train set from 1980. This set was part of a number of higher quality collector sets that were produced during the MPC era and featured some really nice features, which you'll see as I review the set. I got this set for Christmas 2023, and I've really enjoyed having it, and as I take you through this set, I'll point out all the things I really enjoyed about this set. But before we get the review started, there's one thing I need to show you. And it's this car right here. This Bangor and Aroostook boxcar number 9734 is actually not part of this set. This set is part of the previous year's collector set from 1979, the Quaker City Limited. But thankfully, I've ordered the right car in this set, which is the Atlantic Sugar 4-bay covered hopper car. So I'll unbox that now and we can complete the set. Alright, this should be good. Alright, now that we got the box open, I'm assuming that the car should be there. Yep, there it is. The golden box that is part of these special edition sets, and thankfully a good bit of packaging material, so it should be pretty safe, but there we are. That looks pretty nice, I would say. There it is. Seaboard Coastline Covered Hopper 6-9371. Alright, I'll get this out of the box and we'll put this on the track and finally complete this set. Alright, now that the set's complete, let's start this review. Alright, starting up front, the engine that heads up this set is a Seaboard SD9, and this is a very interesting locomotive. I think the paint scheme on this is just so cool. I love the way the stripes look as they run across the body, and it's actually a dark green color. I thought originally that it was maybe just a black, but it's actually a really nice dark green, and that really sets it apart from a lot of other locomotives in my collection. Now, although this engine is an SD9, as it says in the box, and it has the C-C trucks, it uses the same body that the Lionel GP7 and GP9s have used since the post-war era. So although it's not quite scale, it is still a nice engine and very solid and pretty large too, because I do believe that the post-war era GP9 and GP7 were roughly scale for a GP7 type locomotive. On the inside, this engine is fairly simple. It features a 3-position E-unit, one Pullman motor on the front truck, and a headlight and reverse light. So nothing crazy, there's not 2 motors and there's no sounds or anything. But it's a nice engine, and it'll pull decently well. Like I said, the biggest reason to me that I really like this engine is the paint scheme. I think that just like the Seaboard lettering and the Seaboard Herald on the cab, it all looks really nice, along with the paint scheme. It all looks really well together. But there are some nice details present on the locomotive, such as 2 separately applied metal horns, one each facing each direction, as well as some nice simple molded in detail. Again, this is the same GP7, GP9 shell that Lionel's used since the 1950s, but it does fit the locomotive well, and it does look nice. This engine is also the first high hood I have in my collection, so it's unique to me in that regard. Overall, I think this is a really solid MPC-era diesel locomotive, and I think it's a great fit to head up this set. So the first car in this set is this 9233 depressed center flat car with transformer load, and this is one of the biggest reasons that I wanted this set, because this car is just awesome. It's got 16 wheels, and it just looks super cool, and it doesn't look like anything else that I have in my collection. And I was very, very happy to have this car as part of the set when I got it. Now, as soon as I took this car out of the box, it really told me that this wasn't going to be like any of the other MPC sets I've got. First of all the trucks and wheels and couplers on this car, they're all die-cast metal, something that you don't see as much in the MPC era. And the actual flat car body itself is all die-cast metal, which was crazy to me. So this car has a really heavy weight. It makes it just, the car itself feels heavy and feels, tough. Now, this car is actually based off of a post-war version, but in my opinion, is actually better than the post-war version, and that's for one reason. On the transformer here in the middle, these little insulators up top, these are actually slightly rubberized, which is probably the only reason why all 4 of them are still present on my transformer. The original Lionel post-war versions had a harder plastic material for the insulators, and so it's pretty common to find them broken or damaged, but because these ones are slightly rubberized, they don't break as easily. Now, this car does have a relatively basic paint scheme. The actual car body itself has no writing or other paint on it besides the brown color of the car itself. But the transformer does have some nice print on it. You can see the road number of the car, as well as it says Lionel Transformer Car in yellow up top. And then the insulators are painted separately from the red plastic molded body. But like I said, this car is just so big and so, interesting and unique. So it's one of the biggest reasons I really wanted this set. So this next car does seem a little bit out of place in this set to me, but it is a nice car still. It's this Lionel number 9433 Joshua Lionel Cohen 100th birthday boxcar. Now this was part of a series of commemorative cars that Lionel made to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Joshua Lionel Cohen, the company's founder. Now this car in particular is the Golden Years, which you can pause and read the whole text if you'd like, but really it refers to the mid-1950s of the Lionel post-war era when Lionel was coming out with a whole bunch of new great O-scale products. Now, like I said before, although this car is kind of out of place in a set full of real railroads and names, to have a commemorative piece like this, it is a nice car, and it is actually a really nice quality box car. It's got sprung metal trucks and metal couplers, which is, like I said again, a rarity on NPC era rolling stock, as well as separately applied brake wheel detailing on one end of the car. And the paint scheme is nice with a two-tone dark blue and gold, as well as a whole bunch of print on it. So I think it is a really nice car. It is, again, a unique piece, and it'd be fun to collect all of these commemorative box cars one day. But like I said, although a little bit out of place, still a nice car. This next car is another car that I was really looking forward to when getting this set. It's this Union Tank Line Sinclair tank car. And the biggest reason for me why I wanted this is because it's this really interesting, nice mint green color, which is, again, something that I don't really have represented a whole lot in my collection, as well as having the cool print of the Union Tank and Petroleum Products writing on it, as well as the Sinclair logo with the dinosaur, which I think is just real cute. This car actually does feature a lot of nice detail, too. The handrails and all the grab irons and the ladder going up the center of the car, that's all separately applied metal detailing. And the car actually does feature a lot of nice molded in detailing too, with the top dome of the tank car, as well as some of the detailing on the underside of the car, which you can see a little bit. But this is a nice car. I do have another car of the same type. It's a lot more modern though, and it's a New Haven car, but they're both really nice cars. Tank cars are some of my favorite types of rolling stock personally, and so I'm really happy to add this one to my collection. And now we come to the Atlantic Sugar 4-bay hopper car, and I'm very happy to have finally picked this car up to complete this set. I think it really fits well in the set, and honestly I think the set kind of needed it. The yellow really adds a pop of color that it really sets apart from the more muted colors in the rest of the set, from the rest of the pieces, and I just think it looks really great with the rest of the cars. Now this is actually the fourth of these style of hopper cars that I have, and I'm a big fan of these cars. I think that they're really nice. They have nice size. I think they're almost scale in size, and they have some good detailing too. This car in particular is nice because it features, again, die-cast metal trucks and sprung trucks and couplers, like all the other rolling stock in this set. Other details in this car that I really like are a lot of the nice molded-in detail you can see with the great ribbing and stuff down the side of the car, as well as separately applied brake wheels, and all the hatches on the roof open up, like that. Again, I'm a big fan of the color and printing on this car. I think that all the typing and all the writing looks great, and the big Atlantic Sugar logo in the middle of the car really pops from the rest of it because it's that red color, and it really stands out from that yellow of the rest of the car. But yeah, I'm very happy to finally have added this one to the set, and I think it's a really nice piece. The next car in the set is this Seaboard Gondola, and I am missing the silver containers, which originally would have came in it. I was going to order some off of eBay for this video, but the only ones available I think are almost $30 after shipping, and so I decided that I was not going to do that. Now this is probably the most boring car in the set, which is still a nice car, and I do like gondolas a lot. It's just kind of simple. It's just painted brown with some yellow Seaboard writing on it, and the Seaboard logo on the end is nice though. I do like these gondola cars a lot. I've got quite a few of them in my collection. And again, it has the die-cast sprung trucks and metal couplers, so it's a nice car, although not that interesting, which isn't entirely its fault because I am missing the containers that go with it. But it's just another piece in the set, and I think it fits well with the rest of it. And lastly, we come to the Caboose, which is a Seaboard bay window caboose. This is a nice car. I like the writing and the logo on the side of it. It's a little bit simplistic, but it does look nice. Again, it's got metal trucks under it, which are cool. They're not sprung, and I don't know why, but Lionel never really includes sprung trucks on their cabooses. Probably has to do with the wiring and the pickup rollers and stuff, but it's just something I've always found interesting. But yes, this car is lighted, of course, and although the light is kind of dim, it does illuminate the marker lights, which are molded into each side of the car pretty nicely, which is nice. It's got some simple, separately applied detailing like ladders and brake wheels, and it's got a little funnel up top on the car. And it's a nice two-tone paint scheme with the black roof and the rest of the car body being red. It's a nice caboose. It fits the rest of the set well, fits with the theming of lots of Seaboard stuff in this, and it's a good way to end off the set. Alright, now I got the whole set back together. We'll run it around the layout. But before I do that, I'd like to ask that if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving it a like, or maybe a comment. And if you'd like to see more stuff like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks.